This is your gaming weekly news. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to the PlayStation 5. One of Xbox's premier games, their highest rated title, the open world racing game from Playground. This has been long rumored, covered on this channel and the podcast, and it's finally a reality. It's an official reveal. Now 4 years old, Forza Horizon 5 is coming to the PlayStation with a standardized version for $70. It will not come with any of the DLC, which was the Rally Adventure and the Hot Wheels expansion and any of the car packs. This news broke on a Thursday afternoon on January 30th, and fans went crazy on social media and gaming forums. Cue all of the Xbox is dead videos and articles and all of the replies for people expecting Xbox to completely ditch the console, even though Phil Spencer has continually told the fans that they're working right now on an Xbox handheld and a brand new console. Of course, what could you believe? Phil Spencer said just a year ago that it was just 4 games and that it wasn't a signal of what's to come. And now he's been saying no red lines, no fence around it. Of course, I believe that Xbox has another console generation and maybe one more after that. And if you're excited about playing Forza Horizon 5 finally on your PlayStation, Xbox says that's coming out sometime in the spring. Of course, that's not the only thing that's coming to the PlayStation from Xbox Game Studios. In fact, Jez Corden of Windows Central says that Halo the Master Chief Collection is coming to the PlayStation 5 even sooner than the revealed spring for Forza Horizon 5. That means just before that, Halo Master Chief Collection will get its reveal. This is all tied into the supposed idea that in April, Nintendo will have their full reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2. There they'll have partners and showcases for games from their own studios and multi-platform studios that will be porting their games to the brand new Nintendo Switch. This is likely where we're going to see reveals for Halo the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5 running on a Nintendo Switch, and maybe even Gears or other beloved titles from the Xbox Game Studios teams. Next, Xbox and Microsoft revealed their gaming financials from the final quarter of 2024. Some good news that came out of this report was that Xbox and Microsoft are the #1 gaming publisher, which is crazy in 2024 as they only had Hellblade in the first half of the year, but they ended the year with a ton of games like Ara History Untold, Indiana Jones, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and the partnered Stalker 2. Satya Nadella boasted that Xbox had the most players ever in Game Pass, but they reported that they had a 2% increase in Game Pass subs, which is crazy because this is the Game Pass at the end of 2024 that included Diablo 4 and all those other games, especially a really highly rated Call of Duty title. In fact, Call of Duty saw more historic players at launch than any other Call of Duty ever. And this is a big moment for Activision and the team and this marriage of these studios working together with Xbox. But there are also problems with this financial report. Overall, they saw a revenue decline, which was as forecasted by Microsoft, of 7% down in revenue. They also reported that 64% of their games were sold on a PlayStation 5, even next to Xbox and PC. So Xbox moving their games over to PlayStation is going to be a very advantageous financial move for them. So why is revenue down 7%? Why is Game Pass only growing at 2%? They've got all these studios, they're pushing out more content than ever before. Where is the profit in the revenue? Well, the problem really lies in just the quarter of the financial report. Xbox put out Indiana Jones, Call of Duty, Flight Sim, and more games right at the very end of the year, which covered that financial quarter. But this is part of their plan because we're just looking at a 3-month segment. 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate is around $60 total. And if people buy those games, 3 or 4 titles at $70 a piece, they're gonna make so much more money at the beginning. But Game Pass is the long game. So Xbox plans to keep people subscribed to Game Pass for a few to several months, and they'll start to make more money than just selling a game outright. Renewable residual revenue streams of Game Pass subscriptions where people continue to stay in the service because there's lots they want to play and they don't want to leave. That's where Xbox will start making up the money. In all reality, Xbox just started to release games on a consistent basis in the latter half of 2024. So moving into that last half of the year and into 2025, where the entire year is filled out with games, this is where we'll start to see a revenue change and a growth year over year with the new plan. It's unfortunate that it's taken Xbox this long, but the numbers aren't all bad, and Xbox still has a long way to go. Gears of War E-Day is being co-collaborated with People Can Fly, the studio that brought us Bulletstorm way back in 2009, and Outriders in 2021, or 2020. I don't remember. That game was an absolute blur. Gears of War E-Day is also rumored to come out at the end of 2025, according to a few sources. And People Can Fly collaborating on this project. The statement says, returning to collaborate on the next chapter of this legendary saga is both a privilege and an exciting opportunity to build upon the intense, visceral action and rich storytelling that fans have come to love. We are deeply grateful for our partners' trust and support on this journey. The studio head, Mike Crump, added, we are pleased to be partnering with the talented folks at People Can Fly who have had a part of our franchise legacy for so long. The news of People Can Fly working on Gears of War just came out over a month after it was announced that the studio was laying off 120 people. The company also announced last April that it was canceling its longtime project, Project Dagger. People Can Fly canceled and laid off people, but they're still working on Project Maverick with Xbox through Xbox Global Publishing. We don't know what Project Maverick is. It could be its own IP, it could be some returning thing, or it could be another Gears game or a Gears spin-off. But Project Maverick is still in the works. But right now, People Can Fly are bringing Gears of War E-Day to us sooner rather than later. Bioware and Mass Effect are in serious trouble. Hot on the heels of Ubisoft laying off a ton of employees, starting to shut down studios, or rumors of them shutting down, having projects fail, and games and franchises fail to sustain themselves, Bioware has been laying off employees and rearranging studios in preparation for their next projects. Dragon Age the Veilguard only saw half as many people as they expected, and knowing BioWare having lower expectations in a time when their game took almost 10 years to come out, puts the next Mass Effect game in incredible turmoil. I am a huge fan of the Mass Effect series. In fact, there are games, just a couple, that I could really say are a big part of me. One of them is Mass Effect, and when I play those games, I hang on every word and I fall into that world. And recently, I've been playing a ton of Mass Effect 2. And when I play Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3, I fully understand what makes that series so great. And looking forward into Mass Effect 4, they have such a difficult road ahead of them. One of the main problems with BioWare and the Mass Effect franchises, all of those people that made that great game 15 years ago are no longer here. And the mantle has been put to newer or younger people that can only try and understand what made that franchise so great. BioWare stated that they don't require the full studio right now, as they're still in pre-development of Mass Effect 4 or Mass Effect Next. They said they have moved several employees to other teams at Electronic Arts. While the developer says it's reimagining how the company works, it still touts the leadership of veterans of the original trilogy. The problem is that some of the main writers and the main directors have long since left BioWare. This is really the make or break for Mass Effect in the future. And this has been said a lot. Franchises that are now coming back right now in the 2020s have such a difficult road ahead of them, because revitalizing or bringing in a long-awaited sequel for a franchise right now in the 2020s is so difficult, because that long span has created a long gap of when fans have played the veterans or upcoming new fans to fall in love with a franchise that we've loved for decades. But director Mike Gamble promises that the next Mass Effect will be more mature and capture the tone and feel of the original trilogy, but it's going to be a long time before we see that. But that isn't the real story of what's going on with BioWare and EA, because the actuality is their FC 2025, their soccer/football game, really underperformed, and that was one of their bread and butter big money-making games, an annualized sports title that normally made up a big chunk of their revenue and profits. They said that EA's FC 2025 underperformed and caused a stock value drop of 17%. There seems to be a disconnect between the gaming consumers and fans and the people that make the games that we're supposed to fall in love with. I don't know if the current culture of gaming fans right now are just not trusting of what developers are going to make, or if they're just super hard to impress. Big publishers like Ubisoft and EA with Bioware have to work really, really hard and really put their finger on the pulse of the gaming fans and the communities. Right now, there's such an easily accessible vocal forum across social media and the internet to find out what gaming fans are actually craving and what they desire from these franchises, what they want from brand new games. There should be enough playtesting, and I think there should be enough feedback to get these games where they target story, character, gameplay, and innovation all in one package and make that the top priority. And that's probably one of the biggest hurdles that game developers are seeing right now. And that's your gaming weekly news. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for being here to see this weekly series. Right now, I'm super busy playing Obsidian Entertainment's Avowed. I'll have a review up on February 13th, 6 a.m. at Pacific time or 9 a.m. Eastern time. Check that out. I'll have a ton of footage to show you to get you the feel and look of the game. And I've got a full 2 weeks to play through it, so I can't wait to talk about that. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we're doing here on the Colteastwood channel, you can hit the join button below. That'll get you early access for videos, monthly merch giveaways like this Control Your Life shirt that I made. I've got XNC podcast shirts, so much more. Check that out. That's on Threadless, linked in the description. Also check out the Patreon if you want to join the XNC Club or the Discord, and we can chat about gaming, share screenshots and leaks and rumors, and so much more. Also check out that XNC podcast that runs every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, live. Middle-aged game guy and I will talk about the news. We'll talk about all of the leaks and rumors, and we'll break down why Xbox is changing and where these studios are going and what games are going to make it or not. Let me know what you think about Xbox going multi-platform with games on PlayStation. Is it doomed? Are they dead? Are you going to go buy a PlayStation 5 tomorrow? And while you do that, as I always say, please be nice.